ena yeto ama nemo na dumienu kasebo enwumako bi under Roma no maso yasene ama yede kasebo ebremo ya what this way chocolate drink yo hia e nsuhie awie yi se unya nsuhie ketua bi na wode nane no a na afei wanya ice cubes e de agum unya pie ye free phone no mu apia ebeye kama pa wode try na hwe wa wani ebeje ho eno actually no ye was special ice mineral water e nsuo ewia na ebo eti unya de ehye fridge mu a enwunu a eno so eboa papa sanso na special drinks in de bia na meka se emfa bi nhye fridge mu emfa ma enkwada no na eboa wo mu di agro na mfifreti wo mu saa no unya de ma wo mu a eno so ekoyie papa eno no special drinks ya wo best point savings and loans best assurance a wo mu aso yasene ama ya de awia yi kasebo yi ebra mo ye nhye de edi mu akotene ebie ohene a owo krache ede atu edwa se ye ka se emfie nan na ba betwem wo mo hwe ye nanioma akoyie ama wo mpuntu aba edi esefata se ye besa ma aban na ote so no emfie nan asan ede aka ho sanso na NDC amanyokuo no mra hye bedwani a owo elembele wo de atudwa se yakase dum so afri ho a ema yemfa abotire no ema aban yote so nko a enka ne mampanyi John Dramani Mahama nso na breso no wo ye ne fam die ansa na aban no eba betoa so ama no awie peye sanso na wode ato emabunu ene obibia nim se yentu ye wansi wo na yenhwe ma asomdue mra abra ye ba beto abai na ye to abai na sasomdue eye pepepa eno no ebeboa ama mpuntuo no ebeba bebre ye kwa ma hodo so ensemu a na eno Nigeria mampanyi enra anadwo kasaye ne nsemu ode etu edwa no okasaye se wo mo a wo mate wo manhu agu montene so no wo munyai saa wo ye kire no na se etututu ekọ so no de enya de a wo kan bibia efa ho ensem bi ka ho na mede ebremo ewo kasebo emimidi ede Akosua Sarpong Africa sebo no emu ensem enie Oman hina owo krache a eno ewo krache traditional area nana mpra besemuna a otoso miensa wono na wakyere se Ghana mampanyi nana adodankwa Akufo ado esefata se yebesan ede emfie enan aka ne ho esan se emfie na ye di kan no wo mo hu ni se waye mpuntudwuma pa enti ede foforo sa aka ne ho a ebeboa
This was the condition of the road not too long ago. As part of the works, the contractor has put a reclaimer on the road. So that reclaims, that recycles the existing material. Once that is done and is proper, we put in the bitumen and we can put the asphalt. So this was done in less than 2 weeks. The main road that you see from the Village of Life Academy up to this point. This was how the road was, and this is the artist's impression, Your Excellency, of how the road will be when we finish. And this, we expect to do this before the end of November, Your Excellency.
Honorable Kwesi Amwakwata was here to cut the sword for the rehabilitation of the town roads. I'm sure he reported to Your Excellency the joy and enthusiasm with which he was met. I'm happy that Your Excellency is here today to see for yourself the progress of work. Today, we are equally happy and grateful that work is progressing steadily. We have no doubt that at the rate of the progress of work, if the contractor is supported, he will do a lot by December. What I have seen with my eyes today about the reconstruction or reshaping of our town roads, we do not need to talk anymore. We only pray that the God Almighty will give you long life, good health, and more time on the throne to do more for us. For this and all that you have done and continue to do, we shall forever remember you as one good turn deserves another. Nana, Yase ufru dia pa eni epia woto. Ufru dia pa enti krachi man oti man nyina be pia na dia ufru no what me afro agodri mpempenzo na wotimi dia boaye
ezamu huse bibia da makoma sopa me breso ena oti region aba na yese no man shedan famani anhwe mania man tutu ye wa ha na me ana menya papa enti akwan bia so no montiase se dibia ebesi a de nkoso ni mpuntu obeba oti region aba krachema no akufu ado me ba be di akira ama mo na mo
Akasi ebono eswa na onimunyamfo Emmanuel ama boa ode atu edwa se ye kan dum so a se de MPP aban wo mo eka ensem no enye sa nete ko se ensem no mo kan ya na mo kan wo mo kan nokure wom wo mo kan che Ghana fo se wo mo ne fiti ase ehwe ye se dum so ho hawa na wo ho no wo mbe ye fro nti wo mo ye duru baabi e na aban no e ba ya wo beto aso nti ya wo mo kan nokure kakra Ghana fo so wo mo ntie nokura ehom
wonam enzima maime no wotiye ne ye kan ye ade kese na ekunye wo Ghana ha wonim nana na okesa ye no o se ye ha ye ti na ye nsusu se factory kura beba ha na nyame adom NDC di Ghana gas abesi ha odi ye na abesi ha won eno na ye kra crude oil fi amanone crude oil no ye to 2 times price no gas no se gas ya benti aboa ma ye power gina bre na gina yie ye the power plant abama ni nyina gina yie se 3 major oil fields e wo Ghana ha se bi ennimu anke ye ni ha ya ye de hu sika 1.2 billion ato ho a omo akoyi se coronavirus omo de mamma ya omo de aye MPP sika no sa aban we ba ye no onfa bibia nka ho wodi ebi so obi ase oye na ye produce Ghana Ghana no FPS o miensa no FPS okufo FPS o mills FPS o Kwame Nkrumah wanom na ye san ho agima na NDC adi ekwan miensa na wo befa so asofu dum so ada se wo de power plant pi be ka ho MPP bae no omo de 1 megawatt abeka ne power na wo ha na ho ansa ne ye no ansa wo be sofu dum so esi enya cheap fuel any gas MPP bae no de gas agima no wa ye 0 NDC nkwa na ye sa agima nyina Ghana gas ye 9 NDC nkwa NDC na de ESLA Energy Sector Levies Act edi bae ayen hihye ya omode akogye bosia a postpone e kana nke yetu awie no a postpone no tiniema miensa we bisa se de na wo mu a MPP bae a waye 0 bibia ama yen light agina no eye adwuma din a John Mahama ne na NDC aban aye
Etifia toye soafo eyonumunyamfo Hafiz bin Sali na eno opanyin kire se mampanyin sefata se Ghana fo ebetimi ata nachi ama ene Ghana ye kase ahunidie hunsem a etumi agina ne na so enye enipa ba ko na sese ono ko asoa saa eche no ewo se Ghana fo nyina ye responsible na ye afamudie na ahunidie agina ne na so
Omampenyi Akufo-Addo edikan ahye Ghana fo bo se obema Ghana ye krabehwe na yetu enwura ase enti aso ye hwe ahonidie eni suesu aso no edi animu a ball ahodro abodompe mantem ahodro mu etu na akọ etifi atoye mantem a impenifo akọ akotu ball a abodompe benfinhia nwotwe no edi afiri ho no mo etu munyafo Hafiz osoafo hwe mantem ne so akasa de atu Ghana fo enim se yentai aba no wachi na yenku enti afin.
Not pleasant at all coming to see this sort of refuse dump here in the middle of war. It is not a very good sight, and I think that the decision taken by government is appropriate and very necessary. It is our responsibility to continue to educate and sensitize the good people of this country not to put up such attitude. It is attitude now. Once we clear this place, if we don't educate our people, if we don't sensitize them, believe you me, in the next 2-3 months, you find this heap.
This
particular location where we find ourselves is a market. It's supposed to be a market for the people of Kambale. But the wrong attitude exhibited by our people, that is turning this place into a dumping ground. Otherwise, it's not a dumping ground. Knowing the work or the purpose of a health center and what we are seeing here, I think there is a disconnect, let me put it that way, because the health service center is supposed to provide health services to the people, and what is happening here is countering the existence of the health center. So for me, I don't think this place is supposed to be a dumping center or even the call for a communal container here. We're going to relocate this container from this place and make sure that this market operates as supposed to be.
Savivi also adehia so de aseda e ma ba no kire so mo bola na akoye kodanda e do muso ba betuntu mo da ba no ase abankra chipenyo munyamfo wusu e Japan ensem eni.
Well, if you can see, the topography of this area does not actually help us placing containers for Zoom Lion trucks to lift. So certainly they must be done on the ground, and that is what the resultant effect has been. Periodically, the assembly comes in to try to push them, level them, and make them more friendly to the environment and all that. But this is the major thing that has happened to the municipality in terms of sanitation. So we are so much grateful to the Ministry of Sanitation, led by our own mother, Honorable Cecilia Dapa, and we are grateful to the central government too for this intervention.
West African Noble Forum for one more aye afino every year conference a chatto and no ya basobode kan ho eno enam so amomo de to Ghana de hye nyina nim se yenhwe abaya ye ba betu ye ma asomdwie eni hene abra ye beto ye to abato no anase nechi no yenhwe se asomdwie beba ne no ena beboa ya ma mpunto so atimi aba omanimo.
Ghana be kwakoto aba December de to sonson ayo mampanyi animra hwebedwafo no ye wasumdwe pa nkrofo hwe yenhua yen eno enti West Africa Noble Forum 24 ade afutu ama Ghana fo se ya sumdwe kitane yenhwe ne atoto nase ebre beto aba bato nim animpo abato no achi na ekuo no nhie mu etoso aduasa ba ko no ase eno mode afutu mai mu wie ye no omusan so ade abasobode ahyehyɛ so retired appeal court judge Otemuafo Isaac Doche ade afutu ma Ghana fo se yenhwe ena yanton ye vote.
Please don't allow yourself to be insulted by the politician. I would think that we need to have politicians who will give us sweet talk, who will not threaten us, who will not beat us up, who will let us go to the polls and give us free, fair, transparent, and sweet election results. I recently heard an announcement on TV prohibiting people from taking cameras and phones to the voting stations. Why, in the name of transparency, will you avoid or prohibit people from taking cameras, which will be evidence of transparency to the polling stations? I want to take this opportunity to advise the EC to cut out that advertisement. It is only when pictures are taken at the election polling stations that we can be sure that there is transparency. Anything else is opacity.
Private legal practitioner lawyer Tamakulu Enso Ekasaye
encourage the political leaderships, the leadership of this country, to help ensure that at least we preserve the peace, if not for ourselves, for generations and the young ones of this country. And thankfully, we have a West African noble, and you see, when you say something is noble, it is the best. And this platform is a noble platform. It's a platform that will all stand and urge our political leadership to ensure that the 2020 election, even though we are still practicing winner takes all, we'll have at the back of our mind that without peace, you cannot govern and win all.
Sisi asamba kwa oka ha omano se obia entimi nkotwa picture ho obia entimi fa camera enko ho sa no ma no ebeha asisi ano say camera ni ho no obi antwa picture na sa asembisi a then obetimi hu say asem no sie ne kura na enye ne kura enti the electoral commission can say yentimi mfa camera yentimi nkotwa picture no ende yesre no omomodina na oma ho kwan na obi anya sa bibisi pe yentimi kokoto ade asem na ebetimi akeka wuni hwe obetimi di akire court ana police station say ye bromi ana ya amome.
Adeshia womo ewo manso eno ewo asante mantem na UTV nsentwefo ne omo ekodi nkomo na yebisa womo se yehwe ballot paper ne so asese nyame adom ya hyehye de odi kan de otoso yensa kosi de otoso edu mienu ewo nsunsanso wa abato onu mu ana omo kire omo adwense
ni nkunim de wo bibi yo papa se yehwe nyankopon kora hyehye mu a odi numbers ene ye na ade enti yehwa ase ade di ka onyankopon bo soro ni asase ena yesu kra ko tu se I am and father are one na kire se number 1 eye number bi a emu odupa yi ena 2 enso eye number bi a emu odupa yi for instance yenhwe ye maame mo mpanimfu ya omoto abai ye fan se yen youth ni de ye kwa ibe hunu se wo so no we but mpanimfu na omoto aba no so ka kire ne se de edi kan na o ko ni nyina de edi nkan number ne wo hwe enti okoya esoro wa de okotim we say ase on the numbers pa de any ballot papers na aye ni sa no e wo bibiye we say obu o ha even ono wa twa ibi wo but say number ona ka dis bi akofa ade ba ako ana akofa ade mu ba wo hunu enti say obi da ba ako na wo de tumtum so ko a ibi ato aba na ma ba ako a ono mo mu sampa okono eye ba ako ana so busu da mienu na okono ka jese bi atoma mienu na ono so manu sampa ade na okono mienu no nti numbers ni de account bibi pa
number de encanto show suban ene de waye ene de obetumi aye ene de to aba sani enka meka sabi ma no from kan ene no ni frafo enko mu nto aba ma mu to aba in the purpose say o tie ni para ya see wo ye bibi na mo abato the figures yan kanto
nipa no omodembo ene kire ana onyuma pa ne kire nkunyuma obetumi adi ana ase nkugu abedi enti numbers ne de nka hwe
numbers de nkanto sa ebetumi abasa order 1 but we vote in ebe kire yekokromoti no ene na ema power na kwa anim enti sa order 1 na sa waduma nso ani a yetimi fa ma ma ne nyeyi obeba abeda kire kula
Oswafo abedi akire a ohwe na ginsem so eyonimunyamfo William Oreku Edu wode aso akwakobo efom ama enedie wo fiti enkanea project anase de be ya omanfo benya nkanea ewo empotamu ho mekire adanse North Mensini Assembly nim ye ka ne sei no na ye ka se enkronkro a eye adanse enyina brem bena dinchia epomposo bra 19 ena fe kwaku krom eho nyina eye bia wo mo hwese wo mo benya nkane yi bi
Se nyina bremu no ewo adanse North Mensini mu wasante mantemu urumnyamfo Reku Edu a wono yesoafo abedi akira wo hwa ahonani ensem so wono ena eboa ye ma omode asobo fom a wo kire se wo mo hyase no mo ensi sa electrification project we mfa ma omanfo honom no mo so enya yiram nkane ahoden e de ade omudwumadi nyina wo kire se enkronkro ahodo wo betimi enya so mfaso no eye enso wode asobo fom wieye no wode to omanfo wo adanse North Mensini animu se to aba no afa ma lawyer Andrew Amwakwasiama a wogina kwantenkro e de aprem na chebedwane dibire e wo fome na abato mpeso ane so
Ghana sikasa menkwa ni mu pisa etide bia no ya na yakwa nwinya nso yeyo ana sabi yakope bia ko mo bi o so ogina kwantenkro eti no se okọ parliament na ya kwantenkro a se de di ni kire no ya kwantenkro NDC for kwa unkobi MPP suso kwa unkobi na some meetings aye na kwa America na ho na ye che eniema de ba constituency etiji se nipa no onu kwa ni ye yo awo kwa akokopia na ye benya free mu ne kwa eye ba akopɛ madam fune lawyer ba ne kura na America onim se de America na no kura
wa obedi content ko achidia no na o bu musuo
ne awogina premier so bedwane de brede ama NPP amanyoko no ewo adanse fomena abato mpehso ne so eye owura Philip Foria Sante na wono ne abankra chepani a wo adanse north mensi ne mu owura Eriko Akukusi wono mienu nyina ekasa ye de fasa project we hu
MP no so ko content project ba bi ka se MP de no na ye putujuma MP wo ye putujuma na putujuma bi o ha ese woni je ho na odi akire eti me minister ai owe ku be manana
Afe yemra Ashoman Estate won Kramantem ase na arehosem aba beto edwa ene ahodwirisem ene se abra wo mo eda so de ye no na obi a wawo ne ba eye da kope ena akoda ne die wakoto no ato agyanan biemu nyame adom wo mo ayi akwada ne yekasa die o chese Taifa Polyclinic ho ene ye de akwada ne ko na wo mo de omani ehu bi ne ye ne wo mo di nkomo a wo mo chechensem sei
oh banze mi soria no pa 5 o'clock. Let me say, we call ya Jumabina, we saw toilet at Dime. Let me buy toilet and I call who I call a big toilet him. Let me call Afre Miri. Miri so when you Nimo, she me friend. Sana about so I call a big toilet him. No about Cofre a Nipano area, no friend. In our banner, Itama Koran, no Cody. Bami Fieno.
Toilet no e wo me dan bi achi but dan no mini ifi ba ho ba ifi ni uncompleted ntemu na enu na chi na sa toilet ne wo ba toilet no kwa no I say o mo agya so toilet that o mo agya so ko nti am say de o kasa first no ono na obi aya o mo a oba sa toilet no so nti ahomachi na ono baaye no no be hu say akwara bi dem e na obebo ye prum na be ba be fa akwala no na yetwa no fruma e na ye de na ma wo ma be o mani dware no nti sa na kwesiye oje awo ise akwala no ye dware ye twa no fruma no na fruma no placenta no etwa akwala no ti jetwa na wuma na edware no na owo no hofo na
mesre UTV fu ni Peace FM fu se monkosolo mo dawru se obia wo nya ready ya enye wadwene se wo bewo efi se ebe ya wo se wo benyim 9 months na wo be yi akwala de na kwakoto toilet mu se we enye nyame a ni hu ye hu odi akwala ya fofi a na ka yowu na akwala ye kwakofa no na so awrade nim ni akwala ba be ye daache aso no Kristo di anwonyam nti na wokwa na akwala no da so tiase nti yesre wo modawuru na feso so no ade ba ko mahunu se no se wo area bi na wo hwe na mmea bi baachi no wonyema obia fa na ni to fam so wo hunu so owura tokroma kwose efise bia na mmea bi baachi wa ha bi ena onyem no wabeyi ena yenso nim se bia boni bi ni obi timti ya fa ya adwene anko won so ya besre se obi a wote ba bi so obi nyem na hu se ya furu no aba fom pe suspect no because eyi no ye hwe ba bia toilet ni si na ebe ye se bia won e ba chin bi ana ebia wo ba hu se ho no ye toilet a obi nkoso na obi nso adwene nkoso nti no okoye sa ade ni ditum
pa cho mi Ashama Estate flying down na meji awo obi sample from want me call hospital a me bua no wo fie enti me wo hwa anope na me bra no omosuma ama bo frɛ me se me be hwade me dwe me ka baaye no na kola no omayi na free toilet nim ana mbeji no ti me ji no na me dwale na me twa na froma no me sa twa na biom na me yede me dwale no edi spirit pipa ne ho kama tisisi a ne esi wo Ashama Estate flying down any ni awonya akola no oya Mrs. no wa wo fufuro enti eno die meni agi se akola no ye bebua na ama na anyi abeye nipa titru bi mayen ama o man Ghana na ni amistre ni se ye nyina ye be obre ewo Accra ha enti menua no oni oboafo bia wa wo fufuro bebia odani enti ni amisre ni se ye nyina ye mbua obia mbua ye na ye ntimi hwe akola na kon de ye yaje no oye ndia ye be hwe ni so na obi biara owo mo ye bia sisi ni aye wo no fufuro na tade ene ni bibia na ye di ahye no no nti ye de ni be ko hospital sisi a ama hospital fo so ahwe no mo na awi no ni ade no ni nyina se na be ya onya yale bia akwa no betimi anyi ama ye kama
Director of Training War Abato Commissaire Ora Michael Buadu na eno na oche se wo mo aya omoto ayampia etoto hye Abato Commissaire so se opeso owiamu de ma obi ene nneoma bi ekeka ho no wo se nya de abeboa ni nyina ne se obi abaye na famu de se de be ya aba na ebekwa akoto no ebetimi akoso Tortin. Ensem yi ebeda adwa abra Media Foundation for West Africa. Womo ene nsentwerefo ene Abato Commission panimfo akuku dambi hyiaye ene ode asemito nani.
Yebu yapon se ejuma ye di no. Bibie ni ho a ye di esie enti se onti bibia ase a oba na wabebisa na nchechiremu wo ha ye di ama ba se obe kikan sembia enu nya no kre no eno na ya na ehadwen oba nso a ya ponda ho ye no obe din kombo esa na public no na oma misinform wom nti yenso any opportunity a ye wa yitim ye share media no ye ma ye use our opportunity na ya correct all the mistakes and you know because we set the record straight. Some of the abusive messages, hate speeches, some of the political actors, use on air, and democracy. In Tanzania, I will encourage you should stay away from it. Politics, the obey, but in the term, any the more the man can ye be. And Tinobian to so say, ye be a quitting one embranda, there be commission. Embrano near the Juma. Obeto of no kind, no has any use, an embrano. And so I said, one, I say difference one. Well, be a client, yes, yen be a diversity, you're making sure say you involve the media. You say, let the citizen know a platform, you might be out. And every time you hear any major activity, you're my party for your reps, you're open into the transparency, into more obian ka sembi enche team kanyama anymore. Well, Electoral Commission ya famudie. Enti no success of the election engineer yenkwa so. Stakeholders engineer so be play the role. Ye be play a role there. Others also be also play the role and sana the overall success no yensaka. As far as we are concerned, we will do play our role, send your manager now, we will not deviate from it. Others say we are a politician and I say whatever media and I say why play a role you don't blame the easy. Ya be ye die nso ye wodie ne nya yan kambom na ma democracy ne ngina.
Accra Metropolitan Assembly wonum adan dwumedie stronkokra edikan eno no eye ewiemu nsachiraye enhyehyeye a wode eto ho na abeboa se koba se enuoma sesa wo wiemu a wo so ehon hyehyeye no wo ma ye ne sede ese ne fata na abo manfo.
Jumadie wei ene toso mienu madan wadi ewa bibrema no ma efa ewiemu sakraye bone ho na amrado edema enkragropun assembly no munyamfo Mohammed Akosua ekasaye ene wo se emframa bone yeja ediko wiemu ebi efrimfidi dwumam ne bi nso afrika sahodo a eto ni firi tutu mu enya kro na ema yensunsuaso bone entimre azo se yekasa ne echiechiri mu yehu se saade no ese etimeti so anase yejaye afenso assembly no eye na afamu de biada omone Ghana fo bekasa no munyantiase ede afa ewiemu
through this climate action plan and subsequent revisions, Accra aims to reduce emissions by 27% below business as usual by 2030. A further reduce emissions by 46% by 2040 and attain a total reduction of 73% of business as usual in 2050. These actions focus on 5 key areas with the highest greenhouse gas reduction impact and the ability to spur economic growth and enhance quality of lives. The actions are on solid waste and wastewater, energy, buildings and industry, transportation, land use and physical planning, and mainstreaming the climate threat in development process. We had received a $50,000 grant from C40 and collaborated with the University of Cape Coast to undertake a year-long waste characterization program to better understand the seasonal variation and sector-based waste generation in Accra. Measurements of components and assessments of calorific values now enables the city to better engage with stakeholders on the best ways forward for achieving the 50% reduction target of waste to landfill.
Oswafo hwe atanaye abodim nyansapani nimdie nto aso onumunyamfo kwabrafin po boatin enso ekasai.
We have introduced major policy interventions and initiatives that have development and climate protection imperatives. Our flagship programs on forest plantation, planting for food and jobs, one village, one dam, and the one district, one factory are all geared towards boosting green industrialization and rural development, as well as building resilience to the impacts of climate change. In conformity to the Basel Convention, Ghana is operationalizing the law on the management of hazardous and electronic waste that has the objective of preventing damage to human health and that of the environment. In much the same way, Ghana has completed its policy on the management of plastic waste. The implementation of the policy will support the creation and implementation of a circular economy framework for the plastic sector in Ghana, as well as reduction of plastic waste and pollution, including marine litter.
Aveyenko creative art industry ni mwe na enipa bi a omo a ekukudam omo echese omo hwe aban a wotesu yi a waboa wo mo papapa ewo creative art enye omo nkwa na emum omo ehwe adwuma akoso no na esefata se omo di mfie nan besan ka omo ho eno nti wonom adan creative art for more.
Empenifo ekambia ewomu a womo edon creative art industry no de womo ano bansem akọ de ama MPP amanyokuo no kire se womo de agita pasonko tai nachi esanse wo bo adwuma ye papa apem creative art industry no de akonkan na womo ada adwumade bia de ayato ne din creative art for more campaign na womo de pre vote ahodo no a de atai MPP amanyokuo no echi president the creative art council eni owura makokre kumante wo de ensem atudwa a wo chese.
We have been able to put the industry together to now, if you say creative art, because of the data collection, Obia an association, if you say you problem, we have a place we should go. Before we came to power, now creative art no problem. You just must go to the ministry, and the ministry, the people there don't know how to handle creative art issues. It's a creative art council, no create by, it's a step in the right direction. It is a bold step that this government took. So I think, say, you can't compare us to the previous government when it comes to the attention this government has given to creative arts. No way.
Titira ni the film classification committee no eyowura so krisafo na wono so ekasa edefa de enti omde chitapa eta MPP amanyokuo no echi no.
Me wish say enka by this time ne city artists ni nyina awie. Me wish say enka bosha ye hye nyina ya wie bibia. But baby amete no minim challenges I beto ye any baby I building niam na kodru any minim saka kakra bi Israel for nyankopon yi omfuru nkuasom na duru baby kra na om se ayenya kra nka ye ko Misrim biem but nyankopon nim baby oni omko enti ye nipa su what ma say ye nipa su sometimes nipa nso no enche president mama kan ye o se enche ne nipa ewi afiri ade sometimes no wo hwa enu ntire nne obi ti betimi aka kire se okoto abama NDC biem enka nyesa refre na nipa ewa enka obi eni obeto aba ama NDC
amrado de ma enkramante mu ni onmunyamfo Muhammad Ejesoa won na de ni munyamba beta adwumadie yi echi na wo kire enioma pa Ghana mampani na nado danko akufo ade egu akwan mu a wo mo hwe so mbema o my Ghana asan afa ne ntuma pefre yi woni mpuntu semu no ebiem
what former president on government omoye emom and then the negotiations that edi omokoye and fortunately Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo has kept his promise in working with them and making sure say the creative art industry and so ye pejamu ena aircon. CCI is kakra ashemu emomu and they are very excited about it. In fact, the truth of the matter is that as a country there's a need for us now to protect the creative art industry because nuna representing your culture and your identity as a people. And it is in that regard that's why we are protecting it, and also the employment na generating MI obia inti say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo obua omudie in their view there's a need for us say yema for more for Nanado Danko.
me to aso edia na ene World Bank womo enam Ghana Tourism Development Project no so womo scheme o mahehya to wo che se womo wo tourism industry no womo eboa womo nti ye ka se nipa be se edunum he na wo de check a ye sika womo ede ebeso wasene ama adwuma na womo ye na koso enam so ama oswafo a wo tourism ho onimonyamfo Barbara wotinjesi a kire se sika no womo fanye de sene fata de enti e sika na momo no womo fanye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware that the COVID-19 pandemic has hit the travel and tourism industry globally, and proactive interventions like this that is being undertaken by governments offers the opportunity and support which the SMEs require to revitalize and make an impact in the tourism and hospitality sectors going forward. The government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the ministry believes that this support through the participation of private sector enterprises is an investment that will yield benefits to the tourism sector and be a boost to the transformation of our economy and the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda. Today, an amount totaling an equivalent of $1.4 million is being awarded to the first 15 beneficiaries, to whom we say congratulations. Aiko, your business plans have been carefully assessed, you satisfactorily met all the requirements and have been selected on merit. Do seize the opportunity to add more value to your tourism products and services to stimulate tourism and the Ghanaian economy. I wish you all the very best in your business endeavors, and be assured that the ministry and the team at the project coordinating unit, in collaboration with the World Bank, will continue to provide the necessary assistance and monitoring to ensure you deliver the desired results for our mutual benefits and for that of the country at large.
Oswafo a ohwe nkita hudie so a wono anso na eye emrahye bedwani ewa Blekuma West eye onimonyamfo Esla Usu Ekufo na ochese afimpinu ni aduonu abato ye aye kwa akoto yi enya de abasabasa ye bia besi asomdwe nko a na mom wo a wo beye wadwen se wo behwe amantokwa aba na wankasa beye yodiom no emra no ene ubedi wode nsemi tudwa abra wo bepie mu ewo kokroko dwumedie so ekoso anopa bia ewo Peace FM eso Abra Chairman General Kwame Sefakan etenedwem.
Emi say eba polling station security nya Electoral Commission krapo ene in charge of it. Bambofo na ewo ho no eyo masede se basabasa yo bia ensi wo polling station wugina queue no mu ekoto aba no obi ba beto hye wo so a yi bambofo na ewo ho no asutri na se nyina ye kan se self defense ye mra na ma ho kwan mum nanso ye mpe law of the jungle, survival of the fittest. So wa wo odin na da bia ne obeka no ede be ye adwuma ti mesre ye nyina ye wo yasede a ewo se ye a ye de boa na yenya abato a ye beto na sundwem enti wo a wo kwa akoto aba ye adwenkyere enya ntokwa memfa kontima na ensikan bi anhyehyɛ ho enko kugina kiuni wa wo ho nso so we enya ntokwa genjan bia na wo kwa akogye obi wo ho asem bia si a there are securities personnel at every polling station, and for good reason, because yen nyina can see be defend yen ho a obi entumi nto aba ni bi ene ho nyina be ye bubruja ma ye election observation kakra eno na ye de kire yen se eba basabasa yo wo polling station na ye ni wo kwan krapo se yankasa ye betu anamon se ye so ano enu nti na bambofo no ewo ho no na wo a wo de basabasa yo ne ba ne they have every right ye be you free ho no mo ekura enti mesre ye nyina ye di hihye ne so a ebe boa ye nyina kokromoti na kanya wo a wano odin ana wo a wo ho odin e na eba ba kire ye nyina kokromoti ne wo ba akopɛ ti mesre ye nyina ye ni so.
Afeye ko ama hodo so ensemu ane ekopie mu ewo ye nuanom Nigeria fo ho yenim se bese na wotwe miensan ni de omanfo ate wo ho agu emontin titiru ne emabunu mo kire se sa asasefo e wo mo tete wo mabrabo pa eno nam so